So this is a Mark of the Beast update, all right? I had a dream on May the 26th, 2023, which was actually 3 days ago. I'm not making this stuff up. This is true. I didn't even know that this had happened. Actually, my wife had just brought it to my attention that Elon Musk had, the U.S. had approved the brain Neuralink device that he's going to be actually implanting in people's skulls. They approved human trial. So this is something really serious, right? They're trying to push it in the name of science, evolution, humans evolving. They're so-called trying to eradicate certain diseases and certain things that affect the human mind. That's how they're trying to come off. They're trying to come off like it's something new, it's cool, it helps you, and why wouldn't you want to get it, right? Especially to those who have been suffering with paralysis, those who have been suffering that have been bound to a wheelchair. You know what I'm trying to say? That's how they're going to try to push it, and they're going to try to do it in the name of curing, in the name of eradicating diseases, sicknesses, in the name of delivering you from any state of not being able to function as normal human beings, right? So to speak. That's how they're going to do it. However, it does have some sinister plans and a sinister agenda behind this technology, which a lot of people they don't really research and study for themselves. Again, I already mentioned this on multiple other different videos. They're trying to move us into a world where your brain can interface with computer technology. In other words, you can walk inside of a store, you can say, hey, how much does this cost? And you can just somehow, your brain can link with that, let's just say the checkout, right? The register, and so to speak, and it can literally pay for it by like a thought. You see what I'm trying to say? Your mind will be able to process a payment. Does that make sense? Now, in other words, all right, so back to the point. Now, 3 days ago, I had this dream on, again, the 26th. And the dream was so strange because it was a quick dream, but the way how it happened, I believe the Lord wants me to share it. Because again, 3 days ago, I didn't know that this had happened. My wife just brought it to my attention. So 3 days ago, I had a dream where it was strange the way how it began, but I remember like going through like some like portal, like some, as we know, like a wormhole or some sort of gate, right? My spirit was like traveling through like a wormhole, like some sort of gate. But it looks sort of like that, like, you're going through like a little wormhole and it's like curving to the left, curving to the right, and it got like all these lights and different colors in it. And then like I came out on like this other side somewhere. And I remember, I believe the Lord was telling me something, telling us all something, honestly. I remember I seen like in the background, it was just like this neon, like greenish, bluish color. But it looked like I was staring at a screen. It was weird, but it looked like I was staring at a screen, right? Just like you stare at your iPad, your iPhone, your computer, right? Catch on. And then I recall like this inventory just popped up in front of me. Like it just manifested, this inventory. No different than, something like at a store or something like what they may have on the shelves, similar to that. However, it was just like in the air. Like it was just there. It's strange. But there was like hundreds of different, and it was all like side by side, like rows, and it was a whole bunch of different like robotic attachments. Yeah, I hope you understand what I'm saying. So sort of like how you see like on a Terminator movie.
Sean. Danny, I want you to come with me right now, okay? Show me your room.
Sort of like how you see like on these futuristic movies, these sci-fi, fantasy films, right? They got all of these humanoid-like creatures or half, transhuman, half man, half human, cyborgs, right? You understand what I'm saying?
He unleashed an alien.
Stop you. No encryption can defy you. We're all at your mercy, Vic. From our power grids to our telecommunications, everyone's lives are controlled and dominated by complex digital networks.
But there was a bunch of rows of robotic body parts, right, so to speak, and different devices. And I knew in my spirit that I can attach these devices to me. I can attach all of this stuff to me. I knew that. I knew I can select what I want, and it will literally attach itself to my body. It was so strange. And then right at the top of the screen, I seen something blinking in white letters. It said New World Order. I'm gonna repeat it again. It was blinking in white letters and it said New World Order. If you know anything about studying world orders, you gotta understand that how things exist today and how they somehow parallel and how there was always some sort of a reset. The Most High did a reset, right? When he allowed that flood to cover the whole earth and he started over again. So you got to understand what these evil satanic people are doing at the top levels, these so-called elite, right? The people who are controlling the government, the people you don't see, the 1%ers, right? Those who are in control, right? Those wealthy families who are in the bed with Satan, who are in relations with Satan, who is under the headship of the dragon. You understand? So with that being said, I'm going to update you on what Elon Musk is doing and what they're talking about, what the U.S. government just approved. Check this out.
Elon Musk's brain implant company Neuralink said on Thursday it had been given a green light from the US FDA to kickstart its first-in-human clinical study. It's a critical milestone for Neuralink after earlier struggles to gain approval.
We're confident that it is possible to restore full-body functionality.
On at least 4 occasions since 2019, Musk has said his medical device company would begin human trials for a brain implant to treat severe conditions such as paralysis and blindness. Yet the company only sought Food and Drug Administration approval in early 2022, and the agency rejected the application, sources linked to the company told Reuters in March. The sources said the FDA had pointed out several concerns to Neuralink that needed to be addressed before sanctioning human trials. They include the device's battery, as well as safety issues surrounding its wires and the protection of brain tissue. Thursday's FDA approval comes as U.S. lawmakers are urging regulators to investigate the oversight of animal testing at Neuralink. The company has already been the subject of federal probes, including at least one linked to animal testing and treatment. In a tweet on Thursday, Neuralink said it was excited to share the news of the approval, but that it's not yet recruiting for a clinical trial. Over the years, Musk has publicly outlined an ambitious plan for Neuralink. He envisions its devices to cure a range of conditions from obesity, autism, depression, schizophrenia, to enabling web browsing and even telepathy, and that both disabled and healthy individuals would be swiftly getting surgical implants at local centers. Neuralink and the FDA did not immediately respond to a Reuters request for comment.
All right. Okay. So if you've been following along throughout this so-called series, you already understand that all of these things that are actually happening are biblical. In other words, they are the revealing of end-time eschatological prophecies. Now, the Lord said in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verses 16, that there's going to come a time where you're not going to be able to buy or sell unless you have some sort of mark, right? Now, all indicators suggest that this so-called mark is not something that's solely spiritual. Now, some would argue and say, well, the mark of the beast is something that's spiritual. It's only dealing with or pertaining to your mind, and, your actions as your hand, and things of that nature. Now, perhaps that may be, again, like I said in prior videos, a possibility. However, that's not the determining factor, because the Lord already told us that there's going to come a time where you're not going to buy or sell unless you have this physical mark. There's going to be something that's going to prevent you in the future from being able to buy, sell, trade, import, export, etc. So you have to take those prophecies, some prophecies literal, and some prophecies may be spiritual. It all depends. But this in particular, everything is coming to pass to the T, and you can't reject that doctrine just because someone said otherwise. Now, Elon Musk, man, he is pushing this BCI is what they call it, Bluetooth computer technology, interface technology rather. He's pushing it. He's not stopping. And this is where the world is headed towards. This is where we're moving towards. It started off a long time ago with when they started putting barcodes, right, on different products, different items, right? And then it went from putting barcodes on these things when you go to the markets or you go to the store and you scan the package of food or whatever the case you may have bought, right? Then it went from that to a card, like, your credit card, your debit card, right? Your green dot card, right? Then it went from that to them putting a chip inside of the credit card or the debit card, right? All right, you follow me? Then it moved from that to, okay, let's digitalize this credit card and let's put it on some sort of app, some kind of application. So now you can pay with your phone. Oh, that's cool. That's nice. Look at this cool gadget, right? Evolution, right? Everybody's upgrading, right? You got to catch on to what they're doing. They put this stuff in the movies. You understand? And then it went from that to now to where it's moving now. Now you can walk inside of a store, wave your hand over some like scanner, and it remembers, right? It thinks, it remembers your hand and how the patterns, right? It remembers it. It knows who you are. It saves your bank account information, right? So every time you come now, you can just wave your hand over a scanner, and guess what? Now a payment can be processed, right? Okay. And then they also have technology now where you can scan your face.
This is me using my face to get into a convenience store in China, where you can buy food through facial recognition technology. Using your face to buy food is already a reality. Here's one system that KFC and Chinese search engine giant Baidu implemented in China. KFC's system even remembers your face and food preferences, so it can better recommend you new products.
Right? You can scan your face and it recognizes you based off of what? Biometrics. Right? Same thing you do. Some people, they open in order to gain access to a lot of your electronic devices. You have a biometric setting where you enable, right? And now it's moving to the point where you got to understand where, see, Satan, man, this is how he's doing it. Now it's moving to the point where, okay, now we're going to see, since we already preconditioned you, now we're going to get you to accept and normalize this new behavior, right? Into now putting something in your skull that allows you to be able to process a payment. Then there's going to come a time where if you reject this kind of update, right, you're going to be left in the past. So you got to understand like where it's going. This is not a joke. This is not funny. All of this was prophesied in the scriptures. And God, he's trying to warn you people, man, before it's too late. There is a prophetic fulfillment of the hand, and there's a prophetic fulfillment with the brain itself. And all of this is leading towards you merging your body. Listen, you merging your body with computer technology, artificial intelligence, which gives those who control this system complete dominance over you. Right? Being able to control your mind, being able to control how you move, act, think. This is what Satan wants. He wants complete control over you. You understand? This is what they're pushing for. And the same thing God wants. He wants complete control over you. You see how he's trying to be like the Most High. He's doing everything. That's why he's putting these cameras all over the place. Just like the Most High Yah, he's omnipresent, omnipotent, omnificent. He can be everywhere at once. Satan wants to do the same thing. he will exalt himself as he's trying to exalt himself as the Most High. You have to see it all spiritually. There is a physical application and implementation to this prophetic message, a warning rather, and you have to see it for what it is.
Let's talk about Elon Musk's company Neuralink and their latest update to the brain-computer interface they're designing for you. Introducing the Link, the first neural implant that will let you control your phone and your computer with your mind.
And just in case you didn't know, registers are computers.
Here's how they envision it working. First, threads that are so small they have to be implanted by a robot that can't be by a human hand are implanted into the areas of the brain that control movement. Each thread contains electrodes that connect them to an implant called the Link. And it's this implant that processes, stimulates, and transmits signals. So once all of that's implanted, you download the Neuralink app and you sync your implant with Bluetooth. They envision it looking something like this. The app then walks you through a series of exercises that teach you how to control things like your phone or your computer mouse with your mind. And they put a lot of emphasis that connecting the implant to your smartphone is just the beginning. This is just where it starts. Just the beginning. This is just where it starts. Just where it starts.
You see how all of this stuff is coming to pass. The reason why I'm warning you is because the Lord said whoever becomes deceived by this system, who gets sucked in to this artificial intelligence system, whoever ends up receiving the mark of the beast, whoever ends up being persuaded and influenced by these so-called leaders, these so-called good people, right? These so-called people who don't want nothing to do with your God, who don't serve your God, who fake in front all day, but behind closed doors, they serving the devil. This is what they doing, man. This is what they doing to you, and they trying to do to your seed, the next generation. This is what they're trying to do. They're imposing on any and everything that you stand for. The Lord is saying, if you fall for these tricks, man, from these people and from Satan's children, you're going to be deceived. And in the end, you're going to be thrown into the lake of fire. This is why I made this message. This is why the Holy Ghost moved me to create this, because a lot of people don't know what's coming. And a lot of people don't even realize that how close we are to the end, how close we are to the second coming of Yahshua, the one they call Christ. You got to understand, if you get caught, you cannot say that you have not been warned on Judgment Day. You cannot say, Lord, nobody warned me. You came across this message because the Most High God, through his son Yahshua, wanted you to see this and understand that in the last days, everything that was prophesied, according to the book of Revelations, that the things that are going to be revealed, they are being revealed now. And if you're seeking, you shall find. And if your eyes are open, you're going to see. And if your ears are open, you're going to hear. And if you knock, the doors shall be open. The Lord said that he without faith it's impossible to please him. Right? And he's a rewarder of them who diligently seek him. So you got to seek him. And as you seek him, he will start to reveal these things to you. So I pray that this has blessed you and that this is a warning to you. And until next time, you got to understand it's coming. So be ready. Be blessed.